I'm not here today to talk to you about how Annapolis has got things wrong or a perceived need to clean up our state house. I'm not going to talk about that because I think we're doing a lot of things right. Maryland schools are the best in the nation. We're one of 7 states with a AAA bond rating. We've got one of the best workforces in the nation, and Forbes magazine ranks us as one of the best states in the nation to do business. I'll be the last to say that our record is spotless, far from it. But with success like ours, we need housekeeping, not a clean sweep. Compared to the Congress, Annapolis is wide open for citizen input. Anyone can testify on a bill. Every bill gets a public hearing. My colleagues and I are more than happy to get phone calls and office visits from constituents. Even in our part-time legislature, most of us put in full-time hours year-round trying to stay up to speed to do our part to keep Maryland competitive. I hear new ideas at meetings in the community, on the metro, walking my dog, at dinner, at church, on email listservs, and through word of mouth. This openness is one of our greatest strengths in Annapolis. Being open allows everyday Marylanders, our neighbors, our nurses, our network administrators, to bring their own experience to tell us how the policies we consider would affect their lives and their livelihoods. And when legislators, advocates, and members of the press identified some important improvements to how we do business here in the General Assembly, Speaker Bush and President Miller took that seriously. They've already announced changes. We applaud their decision to post committee votes online. If our constituents know how we vote in every instance, they can hold us accountable after we've had our say. Putting our committee votes online is one important victory that this legislation has already accomplished. But it's not enough for our constituents to just know how we voted after we voted. If we are to be a true citizen legislature, we need to take the next step to ensure that our state government is not an onerous and difficult process. The Maryland Open Government Act is the next step, and I'm happy to say it's a bipartisan approach that's supported by a majority of both chambers in the Maryland General Assembly. This legislation will empower our neighbors to take a proactive role in our decision making. We already allow anyone to testify. Why not allow them to sign up online and post the agenda a day in advance so that we can benefit from the testimony of those who can't afford to spend an entire day in Annapolis, but whose perspective is still very valuable and we should hear it. We already have an open meetings law. Why not allow anyone, anywhere in the state, to see what's happening in our committees in real time with webcasted committee hearings? We already offer daily legislative updates. Why not take down the paywall that keeps all but a few hundred people in the state from accessing and seeing what's happening here in real time? It's also not enough for the Maryland General Assembly to become more open while the Board of Public Works remains a mystery. They've had to slash spending by nearly $1 billion this year. They've taken steps to close the Upper Shore Community Mental Health Center, and they've eliminated 533 state jobs. The same openness standards maintained in the Appropriations Committee should be upheld by the board as they manage the budget we approve. They should post proposed budget actions at least 2 weeks in advance and allow for a period of public comment, and they too should have their meetings webcasted and archived online. These changes are not a revolution, but an evolution. By embracing 21st century technology, we can reaffirm our commitment to the values that have sustained us since Maryland was founded in the 17th century. By bringing more Marylanders into the process, we can leverage our state's greatest resources, our Marylanders and their expertise.